And here we are, the next set of the day here in Winners Round 2. Saints Academy fall to UBC 2-0. UBC taking it straight through winners here, gonna meet up with Saints Varsity. We got JP, we got Fervent, and we got Harry Lakers there on that squad. Spoods gonna be setting this one up towards the middle. No follow-up from Ramen there, however. Harry Lakers gonna get their hands on the ball here. Start moving this one forward, back out to the middle. Right around JP. Spoods could have a decent setup, but that's a solid save there.
Yeah, UBC, another one of those schools that have a lot of really good teams and a lot of solid titles. The scheduling with the West Coast, you're not really going to see a lot of these teams as often besides like tournaments like this, things like CVAL. Other than that, and they had a really good CVAL team. They've had a couple other very solid teams as well. I think we saw them in League of Legends last year as well. So some familiarity, not really going to be that much with Rocket League. So should be a very, very exciting matchup. So far, a very, very fast-paced matchup. What a shot to the corner. Spoods, an absolute missile. Just going to miss the net there. Spoods now going to go for the setup. Ramen or Christian not going to be there for the finish. Ramen going to find that second touch over the midline. Now it's going to be back to Christian. Fervent, though, going to be first man to the ball. See if he can find the second touch. Maybe get a pass to Harry Lakers here. The pass, or the shot rather, going to be good. The save going to be even better, though. Christian there to deny that one and keep this one scoreless.
Spoods is great at those saves where you follow up on that ball, where you save it from behind and just knock it out towards that left or right. A very risky save to make, but when you have the skill, you can pull it off so effectively. And Spoods, we see it so often from the guy there. Oh, tries to set that one up, but JP with a little fake out of their own all the way across to Christian. Fervent to follow up on this ball. JP comes through. There's the first goal. UBC 1-0 after a absolutely stagnant 2 minutes. We are right into this one. UBC is the one to break that ice here in this series.
Yeah, great job to slot that one in that bottom corner. No Saints defenders able to get over there. And UBC opening things up nice and early. I think we legitimately saw 6 or 7 saves. I feel like I would have jinxed it had I actually gotten the line. I was going to say there's been 6 or 7 saves and not one able to go through yet. UBC, though, finding a way to break through there. Double demo in the middle area. Oh, and the bounce. Just hit him with the okie doke. Ramen going to find a way to put that one in the net. All right is exactly right. Look at Ramen. I want to follow this one through the air here. Off the ceiling. Harry Lakers trying to make a read maybe. Didn't make the bump. Just no boost, no time. And goal.
That ball floats into the net like those bubbles that popped out afterwards. Just super, super slow. A nice little arc there and easily ties it up 1-1. Ramen with a great shot. Now straight back into the corner. 2 players from UBC to follow up on this ball. Fervent to knock it out. Knocked back by Spoods. JP picks it up. JP has been a player who has been the one to find that goal, the one to follow up on a lot of these, and a very strong defensive player as well, already moving towards that net. We've seen him make, I believe, 2 or 3 saves today, if I remember correctly. Fervent seems to be that player who's going to be the first man in for UBC most of the time. Demo comes through onto Christian as well. Are the shots going to come through? 3 Saints back up. JP, what an angle!
Yeah, 3 Saints stock up on the goal line, looking up, wondering where that ball is. However, Harry Lakers, a little bit of a solo style in the corner there, a little bit of a miscommunication maybe as well. 3 orange cars, not one of them able to pick up on that ball. And that is going to be that 2-1 lead now back in the favor of this UBC squad. Like you said, a very, very fast-paced start. Lots of shots, lots of saves. Both of these teams, defense seemingly optional at this point.
Yeah. Love to see the JPs representing. Being a JP myself, of course. Yeah. Harry Lakers follows this one out into the corner. Oh, that looked like it was going to be another one of those setups ready for JP on that follow-up. Right off the backboard.
Oh.
Touch is going to come through. Another one off the backboard, but no UBC member that time to follow up. This is dangerous. No one in net. JP flying in.
Yeah, that looked real good for the Saints. JP, though, out of nowhere to make that save, shut down that scoring chance. Now Christian seeing if he can pass it back to himself there. Going to be a nice little touch there by Lakers. Spoods now, next one to the ball. Going to be taken away once again by JP, trying to find that second touch as well. Pass dangerously sitting over that middle area. Fervent there for the deflection. Now going to be on Lakers, trying to play this one back to that orange side. Ramen off the wall, trying to pass something out here, but UBC still swarming in this offensive zone, not letting this St. Clair team breathe. Only 1 minute and 10 seconds left, too, as well. Lots of chances to still be found in this game, but UBC doing a fantastic job to keep the Saints backed up here.
Yeah, they've been playing this lead very, very perfectly. For how small of a lead it is, they've been playing it out so well. And when one of these opportunities comes up, it's Spoods to be able to capitalize on it. The solo play there from all the way across. Back right corner of your own side. Just carry it all the way in. The reset comes through in the end as well. A great angle from Spoods. Ties it up here. 54 seconds. This is a tight game one. Probably the closest we've seen all day. Probably the closest we've seen in a few weeks.
Yeah, true enough in that point as well. And I think on that goal too, Ramen ends up getting double demoed, and Christian played a little game of cat and mouse there with Harry Lakers just driving in circles, trying to play that distraction. Luckily, Spoods has that mechanical gift to walk that one in, find that little reset and find that goal. And now we only have 30 seconds left to play. Potentially could be looking at overtime, but both of these teams, we have seen how many shot attempts this game we've had already. I'd be very, very surprised if they were willing to give into overtime. UBC threatening once again. JP trying to find the follow off Harry Lakers shot there. Now Spood's going to be the one with Ramen trying to get this ball out. You did not want to be playing in your own end before the end of the game here, before overtime ends up ticking away. You're going to give UBC potentially 2 or 3 cracks at this net. 5 seconds left to play. Shot's going to be potentially on target. Spoods, though, getting in there just in time to save that one. And now the Saints trying to go back the other way. Not going to be able to find that one. In overtime we go.
Overtime in game one. Haven't seen this in a while. Both of these teams, neither of them want to be the one to crack here today. 2-2. There's the demo onto JP. This could be the Saints' chance. This could be a swift overtime, but there's no follow-up. Fervent waits on that respawn. Plays out the time in that corner. Now, Harry Lakers knocked off that clear. It's going to be back over to Ramen. Another demo onto JP. Double demo. Fervent follows that one up immediately. These UBC players right back into it. Some great defense being played from them. They know how to react to those demos. You see the flip. You see the switch flip. The second those demos come through, Fervent goes, okay, stop the ball, and just follows that one up.
Yeah, and figures I mentioned earlier how you never see a double demo and the ball in someone's end and not a goal, but it just happens twice in the same day. Now JP still going to keep this game alive. The Saints have come out with authority so far in this overtime. It has pretty much been 52 seconds of non-stop offensive pressure. Now UBC seeing what they have in store for this counterattack, but Spoods going to take that one away, going to send that one long. Christian and Spoods, are they able to find that angle? Not quite. Ramen, third man there, not able to find the follow as well. Chance after chance, but neither team able to break through so far. Spoods doing his damnedest to keep this one in, though. Contest by Christian going to be good as well. Still such a back and forth game. This ball traveling left and right all over this pitch.
Yeah, a minute 30 into overtime now. Saints had a few good opportunities here, but some great defense off of some demos has made UBC still in this game. UBC, not too many offensive options here in overtime so far. They've been playing a lot of defense. They've been playing back at their net a lot. There's been probably 4 demos to come through for the Saints as well, but with no goals, we're still dead even here. All it takes is for that one to slip through. The ball to cross that goal line. Christian clears it out. Fervent and Christian racing for this ball. JP knocks it up. Ramen, this could be the angle, but Harry Lakers right in net, waiting for that one, seeing it from a mile away. The contestants are good. No way it rolls in. The boost is there. Harry Lakers finds a demo as well. Spoods finds that demo.
Man, both of these teams, you could not make this game any closer. A 2.5-minute overtime, and we are still pressing on with the action here. Neither team able to find that one goal they were looking for. We've had so many close chances back and forth. Saints now going to see if they can get going. That counterattack, though, going to be started nice and early by Fervent. Spoods, I believe, the one to play that one off that back wall. Lakers with the touch. Now the Saints maybe can get going back the other way. JP, though, has been so good about stopping these challenges before they can really get going in this end. Ramen, though, that's a good shot on net. Just above that crossbar. So close to ending things off. And not often you see it. 3 minutes in overtime. We've probably had 10-plus shots, and neither team able to find this one. And it's only game one.
Game one now hit that 8-minute mark total. Right now, the tension could be cut with a knife. Both of these teams, you can just feel as soon as somebody follows up on that ball, you can see all the gears go into motion from both these sides here. Players start rushing towards that ball, starts rushing towards that goal. Fervent knocks that one out. Good angle to the corner. And we are right back to square one. A Clair comes through. Fervent, do you have the angle on that one? JP, the double touch from Spoods. Keep it in, pinch between two cars, and somehow 4 minutes almost.
Oh.
No goal to be found.
1v1.
Spoods straight down the middle. Fervent sends it up. 2 players to follow up. No Saints find it. Ball not going to be touched. Fervent. Demo comes through, but players immediately back. Christian, will you find it?
This game's
What
never
is
going to
happening?
end. This game is never going to end. Chance after chance, you could not write this game to be any closer. This ball has spent more time on the goal line than it has in the rest of the pitch. Christian, though, he's finally going to knock it through. Not enough speed on it, though. Lakers takes that one away. We're about 4 minutes, 21 seconds into overtime now. Both of these teams firing away back and forth right now. This game on an absolute seesaw. UBC, now the next one's with the chance. It's going to go back the other way, though. Ramen going to be the one to try to play that one out of the corner, see if he can get anything passed up to that middle zone. JP and Fervent going to be working this 2-man game, though. Fervent going to send that one toward the net. Christian denies that one right away. Going to get a little bit of a bump there, but Lakers going to be there to play that one away. I think all 6 players are going to be above about 1,000 score by the time we're done this game.
Overtime about to become longer than the game itself.
Double
right
overtime.
now, about to hit that 5-minute mark here. Spoods clears that one out. So far, a few solid opportunities. The Saints have had some crazy pressure. UBC's had some good shots of their own. Looking at JP right there in the crease, but 5 minutes in, neither team has cracked. That ball yet
unlucky
to break the plane of that goal line. Fervent playing very slow in the corner, trying to get that read onto Ramen, but Ramen good for that contest. Follow it up from the wall. Spoods through the air. 60 boost to play with here. Harry Lakers. Great clears out from UBC. They realize that it's better to clear it out to the corner to one of your teammates than to just clear it back to that Saints zone, give them possession again. Now, setups still just so slow from both of these teams. JP for the follow-up, but the air contest from Ramen about to hit that 6-minute mark here in overtime. This is still game 1, and we're only in best of 3s here in the tournament.
Yeah, I think to my memory, maybe I've casted a 6.5, 7-minute overtime, maybe once ever, and I can't even confirm that this is definitely going to be one of the longest games we have ever casted for Rocket League in any tournament, in any stretch, any fabrication. Christian off the ceiling with the pass. Spoods there for the follow. Ramen waiting in the wings, though, doesn't want to commit too much. You don't want to give up that counterattack back the other way, especially with the pace that both of these teams play. All they're looking for is that 1 second opening they need to send it the other way. 2 members going to stack up and make that save there. JP and Fervent stacking up on top of one another, doing what they have to do to keep this game alive. Christian going to play that one off the wall. Lakers makes that save to kick it away. Ramen now going to play this one off the wall. Which now the thing is too, how are these teams going to feel once this game does eventually end, regardless of who wins at this point? How do you come back from a 7-minute overtime and play normal game 2?
Whoever wins, I think, if you take the loss in this game, your mental going into the rest of this series, that's going to be taxing. It's just, you're putting so much energy. There's so much tension right now. A save from Ramen comes through once again. JP out to the corner. Harry Lakers can't follow up on that one. These air contestants from both teams just cannot be stopped. They stop these shots every single time, and nobody has yet to really make a read in that air and mix up that defender, really weave it past them. This game right now could come to a screeching halt.
No, Josh, it's never going to end. We're stuck here.
It's never going to end.
We're stuck here, man.
This game is currently longer than the last series Varsity just played.
Not entirely wrong. We're still kicking away here. Both of these teams still have not given up. I mean, at this point, how could you? You know the hands have got to be tired. They've been playing for 8+ minutes now in just a few moments here. UBC now going to try to get going back the other way. JP going to set something up. The chopper off the floor is going to be good. 2 of these Saints committing, though. You see so often, too, both of these teams willing and able to send 2 goalies to make sure that nothing easy is going to squeak through. If someone is going to score a goal on them, they're going to have to work their absolute hardest. JP, beautiful second touch there. That ball is centered beautifully for UBC. The follow just not going to be able to be made in time. Now Christian going to try to play this one once again. JP with the setup. It's going to be taken away by Spoods. He'll be taken out of the air by Fervent, though. Now Christian and Ramen there to try to make a play. Fervent not going to get connection on that ball. Christian up into this left corner. JP still giving pursuit. And Josh, have you checked the time? We're at 8.5 minutes.
We are about to hit that 9-minute
Oh, it's
mark.
over. We're free.
I think I'm going to
one.
explode.
Whew.
No way the game just ended with a goal like
Of
that.
course it
though.
did.
Yeah, of course it did, actually.
It did.
Wide open half. Ramen pops it right over Harry Lakers there. Defender not ready. Finally, it comes through. A triple commit from UBC, capitalized on by Ramen there. And that is going to be it. We just casted a 13-plus minute game of Rocket League, and most of it was overtime.
Yeah, did you ever think we would see the day when you do basically an entire series in one game? And yeah, most of it was overtime. And I mean, there was no other way for that game to end. I was scared to jinx it and say which team's going to score, because you knew like the last goal is going to be absolutely terrible. It was going to be a bad goal. It was going to be trash. With how aggressive they were both playing, something was going to get popped up. Somebody was going to misplay the ball. You knew it had to end that way. If you're UBC though, man, chalk it up to the beautiful game and go ready for game 2.
Yeah, to be fair, it wasn't the most anticlimactic.
No, it was
ever. It was a solid shot, but there were so many times there at like, which seems like ages ago, at that 5-minute mark, at that 3-minute mark in overtime, where there was a slow roller and it looked like there was no defender to follow up on it, and I really thought it was going to be over with the most lazy and slow shot ever, and it's just. I mean, not that a goal is a goal, but man, sometimes it
they don't all feel the same.
Just makes you laugh sometimes. And there is a shot right off the start. Harry Lakers, assisted by Fervent there, ride the side all the way, drop it down to the teammate. 2 defenders there from the Saints. Bamboozled by that one.
Yeah, UBC did not find 9 minutes of overtime very funny. They're going to come out immediately and try to get ahead here. They do not want to see any part of overtime after that absolute marathon. Spoods actually had a chance to maybe get a goal there. That was a great bump. They did find that demo. Fervent going to kick that one right back down the middle. That is a great pass for JP. Just didn't have quite enough boost to go contain that one. Now he's going to send it back the other way. And JP, such a good job that entire last game and this game already. Controlling that ball, stopping the challenges when necessary. Not able to stop that one, though. Ramen and Christian linking up on the board for that one. Christian, a great job out of that corner. Digs it, wins the 50 versus JP. Maybe gives Harry Lakers a little bit of, something for his trouble there as well. Ramen finds the goal, and just like that, 1-1.
So now that these 2 teams have essentially played like 5 games of Rocket League against each other,
right?
At this point, there's got to be the adjustments made. These teams have to have figured each other out just a little bit. Fervent for that follow-up. Spoods, good in the air, however. Yeah, the adjustments have to have been made. They have to figure something out after 9 minutes of overtime. You have to have a little bit of a read on your opponent. It seems like both teams kind of have figured out the defaults that these defensive sides go to. Now, gonna have to mix those up a little bit. Both the Saints and UBC not gonna be able to go for the same saves every time, as we're starting to see players start to play a little bit of that mix-up, that mental game there. Pops it over the defender, but Fervent right there as that goalie. JP, no follow-up on that one. Take it to the corner, though. This could be big for UBC if they're able to keep it in this zone here. Spoods, that's a good clear.
I was going to say too earlier, if the teams don't have a read on each other, they can come talk to us. We have 9.5 minutes of footage from that one game alone to kind of give some key tips there.
14.5,
exactly.
plus the 5 of the actual game.
I know, and even so, 2 minutes into game 2, we are still deadlocked at 1. Both teams have had fantastic chances. The airplay, like you mentioned in game 1, is so sound between both teams. They're willing to go to the skies. They know they can make a lot of these beautiful setups. That is a great pass. Oh. The ball not going to go in, though. Spoods pinching it against the post inside of the net. Not going to be found. That is a textbook play from UBC, not able to find the back of the net, and now you got to mind your P's and Q's on this counterattack. That ball goes right to the middle. Ramen has a little bit of boost to play with, not going to be able to follow. That one's going to go back to Spoods. A little bit of a threat there from UBC. Misplay once again from Spoods. The Saints should be able to hopefully get this one out of here, but UBC giving them all they can handle on this backside.
Yeah, that's the thing about that ball in Rocket League. That entire ball, every pixel of it, got across that goal line. Spoods looking to set that one up. Christian, no follow-up. as he drops on it just behind and kind of sends it back out towards that middle area. JP, though, pass it up in the air. Spoods, pass it out to Spoods, actually. Follow-up, not going to be good there from Spoods, looking for that second touch. But it's a lob pass from Christian to Spoods, corner to corner. JP gets possession, but this could be the touch you're looking for. Christian comes through, and that's the chemistry that we've been seeing with this roster all season now. Ever since the start of January there, you're seeing it just get more and more dialed in. Somebody goes for that play. You think it's a solo play, especially with Spoods. You know Spoods likes to go for those solo plays sometimes. You think it's one of those. Just kidding. Christian right there for that follow-up.
And even Spoods, nice little touch. He gets that pass and has just a little bit enough of a presence to body block that defender just in case, make them have that half-second thought. And we always say right place, right time. When you're able to do it time after time after time, though, you know, you start to create your own luck in a sense. These Saints right now, that is a very strong shot back the other way. The one good thing about these teams, very good at shooting in that long ball, especially keeping the speed on it, keeping some rotation on it. They're very, very good at getting that ball to half, and they're able to just fire it off and get a shot attempt right away.
Ramen clears this one out. Past one defender. Harry Lakers, though, good for that clear. Second that ball goes into the air, it's going to be a battle between usually Ramen and Fervent here. Fervent seems to be the one, seems to be that setup man for UBC. Harry Lakers and JP, goals usually falling on them. Spoods knocks it out to the side. Those are the saves I'm talking about, where you kind of follow the ball from behind and wait to knock it left or right. Sometimes defenders, or I guess offenders, really not ready for that.
Yeah, it's such a hard thing to read as well. JP gonna go to the air, maybe try to get that reset. Christian, though, playing a very strong game of patience there, gonna kick that one aside. Now a fortunate bounce for the Saints. JP and Fervent, though, couple of demos gonna go back their favor. Spoods gonna buy the boys just enough time to get back online. He is going to fall on the sword for those two teammates to come back, though. Christian, a fantastic job to win that contest as well. That should buy those respawn timers, get them some time to get that boost ready. Spoods trying to play this one off that midline. Nobody home as it stands right now. And Christian gonna take it off the nose. It's gonna be perfectly timed. That handoff, Spoods to Christian. You can see Spoods, hey, I got the ball, the net's open, calling for Christian, and in comes Christian. Could not be any easier. 3-1 lead, 26 seconds to play. Hopefully for our sake, no overtime on the horizon.
I mean, hey, don't speak too soon, Gilbert. You don't want to become the one who puts the curses on. That's all I'm saying. It's a big weight to bear. I gotta choose my words carefully.
Yeah, like Atlas over there.
Coming in, 15 seconds. JP looking to be the one to make a play on this ball, but time not in their favor. Great pop by Spoods. Fervent follows up on that one. Harry Lakers, no touch in the end. Spoods clears it out, and that is going to be all she wrote.
Oh, that's it? Only 28 minutes of Rocket League or whatever it was?
Yeah, somehow I don't think I've ever seen a 2-0 that was 20-plus minutes, but here we are. Saints moving on, I believe, into now. I believe this is the winner's quarters, if I'm not mistaken, or it'll just be labeled that round 3. But nonetheless, moving on, may also see best of 5 in that next one. I'm not 100% sure, but we're either going to see it in this next game or coming up on Sunday. Yeah, that being said, though, we'll throw it to a really quick break. Once we come back, we should have potentially our last match of the day, maybe one more after the fact, depending on that loser's bracket and how that's